And the Incredible Hulk will not be presented this evening.
Dun-dun-dun.
Because of the following special program, Wonder Woman and the Incredible Hulk will not be presented this evening.
Good evening, sports fans. Welcome to another edition of
Federation Friday.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Number 28, 29 is this? 29, right?
We don't do math on this podcast.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
come on. How many times we gotta say that?
That's right. Darn it. So this week is a special one. Since we finished the first season,
Yeah.
we're gonna rank our episodes, and some are really rank. So, but before that, it was exciting news this week. I don't know if you guys saw it, but we had something very special happen. And if I can bring it up here. We had a crew of all ladies go into space. I wish I could figure out a way to share this image. Let's see. Let's try it like this. So they're all dressed in their Starfleet uniforms.
Trust us. They're all dressed in their Starfleet uniform. There we go.
There we go. I don't know. Who do we have there? We have Gail King, right? Who actually thinks she's an astronaut now. And, I have been swimming in the ocean once before, so I am a deep sea diver. And you have Katy Perry, who was apparently the entertainment aboard this journey into space that lasted. They had a 5-minute mission to seek out new life, and they didn't find any. So
there was no intelligent life in the capsule, so why would they find any outside the capsule?
The aliens went by and did a scan and said, never mind.
Yeah.
No threat here.
Yeah. It's stupid PR stunts like this that will set genuine space exploration back 15 years.
The capsule kind of looked like it was inflatable, didn't it? It was like one of those tents that you inflate when you go camping and go get changed.
I thought they landed in a bounce house.
That's right. It looked like a bounce house.
And my hat's off to Elon. His rockets are far more impressive than that space elevator. And it is a ride. Let's face facts. 11 minutes, you're barely up there. You go into weightlessness for, you can measure it in seconds probably, and then you start coming down.
I mean, they could have went in that airplane and done that. You know, the airplane.
Yep.
They could have done that. It'd have been probably a lot cheaper.
So
And more weightlessness.
My definition of going into space is that if we have a length of rope that we could theoretically pull you down in an emergency, you haven't hit space.
And the rocket looks strangely familiar.
Mm-hmm.
I know I've seen that. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
I wonder where I've seen that. It looks like a big Johnson. But we're not here to make fun of them. We're here to make fun of some of these episodes. So here's the tier list. Hopefully I got some that are on here that aren't duplicated. Because I know the first batch was wrong, wasn't it?
I think you had a double in the first batch.
And there was
one double, and you missed space seed. So you're again proving we can't do math on this podcast. Your number was actually correct, but you just had duplicated one of them.
That's right. 2 wrongs made a right. So how do you want to do it? Do you want to start this with the actual episode number, or do you just want to go down the list and plop them into place?
No numbers.
Okay, so we'll just plop them. We'll just plop them into place. Okay, so the first one up for grabs, we have. Let's see. It looks like the Man Trap. All right, so where do we want to put the Man Trap? A?
Well, first of all, what do the letters mean? S?
Superior.
Okay.
And then, A, B, C, and D. And there's no F because that would be the line that you put my math on.
So why did I think S in red stood for sucks? I have to go back and rework the chart in my head. Hold on. So Man Trap. Okay, Man Trap.
Now, which one is Man Trap? I had a listing. That is the
Salt Vampire.
The Salt Vampire with the what is it? The Yolanda lips? Is that her name from
In Living Color?
In Living Color, yeah.
Yeah. I'd like to phone a Ferengi. So, for me personally, I just thought that was a very average run-of-the-mill episode for season 1.
Deb, where would you put it?
I'd give it a C.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
All right, and let's see. Not only can we not do numbers, I can't do letters either. All right, next, Charlie X. Where would we put Charlie X?
Oh, that's a D for me. I hate that one.
I would put that one at. I would put that one at a C also.
Ooh. So a C and a D.
You're the tiebreaker.
Yeah. I can't stand that kid. I would have beamed him right into space.
Here, let me show you to the airlock.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with you, Deb, and put that as a D.
Solidarity.
And next we have Where No Man Has Gone Before. Actually, the first, but we're not going to get into that, right?
Yeah,
Let's not do that.
Not doing that again. I felt it was better than average. It definitely had a lot of action, especially the last act, and was very ambitious effects wise. So I put it at a B.
Now,
Agreed.
what about the errors, especially the end with the name?
Well, again, I said last week, there's the entertainment factor over the factor of overlooking plot points, errors, things like that. And some people have argued, I don't know how much I believe it, that, the initial being wrong, which I think you're referring to, was actually retroactively a way of saying, look, he wasn't perfect after all. He wasn't really a god. He couldn't even get his name right.
Okay, so you think it's a going off a conspiracy theory type of thing, you would, or fan theory, you would say that it was just an error because he wasn't perfect.
Yeah, the true story is they hadn't established a name, or Roddenberry changed his mind, but it's a fan theory that I think actually is logical in the storytelling and the overall arc of the message of the episode.
So what did you say, B? We could go with B?
Yep.
What little girls are made of? Head shake now.
I need my skinny microphone.
And which one was this? Was this?
I got my giant marker on my card.
Oh, one of my favorite game shows. That was a good show.
So where would we put this? What is? I don't remember this one. What was this story?
Chapel's fiance, the duplicate Kirk, Lurch.
Oh, okay. Okay.
The underground. Yeah.
The androids, right?
Wow,
Weren't
yeah.
Spoiler. All right. So where would we put this one?
Deb, you're making a face, so you go first.
Well, I'm teetering between C and D. Not my favorite episode. But to be nice, I'd give it a C.
Yeah, this is one that I've.
Oh no, I have offended Marty. Oh,
No.
there it is.
No. So, again, I thought the story was interesting. The performances were good. So I would have to give it a B.
All right. So, what'd you say?
Of me having an index card and a pen in front of me during this podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, this one was pretty good. I would what did you say, Deb? C or C and a D?
C and a B.
B's fine. Yeah, B's fine.
B is fine, okay. And next we have bonk bonk on the head. Miri.
That's a definite D for me.
And I would go C on that one. I just think the pacing is very slow.
Yeah. It's one of those that I probably wouldn't rewatch. I think it was pretty cool, looking at the old. That was Mayberry. That was the first time we saw Mayberry, was it?
And not the last. That's right.
So we'll give that a C. So no, nothing really shocking or exciting yet, right?
No, and so far if memory serves, we're all pretty much lined up in our original opinions. So no one has had a tremendous change of heart yet.
And then now we have Dagger of the Mind. What was the recap of that one?
The penal colony, the guy sneaks on board. They put Kirk in the chair with the spinny lights.
Oh, that was the one where the old guy plays crazy, right?
Yes.
Okay. I really liked his performance.
Oh wait. Yep, that's it. Dagger of the Mind, right? You said?
Yes.
Yeah, that's that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed his performance. He was the scientist, right? Wasn't he the scientist that
Dr. Van Gelder? Yeah.
Yeah. I liked that one. I would give that an A.
Okay, that's interesting. You gave it an A. I would probably give that one. I would give it a B, just based on performances. Again, I think it's an early episode. I think it suffers from some pacing issues compared to some of the others.
Mm-hmm.
But the performances were all around great.
Right. And Deb, where would you put it?
I think I'd put it at a B.
B. All right. So next is the Corbomite maneuver. That's the one with the Rubik's Cube, right?
The Rubik's Cube and the Tranya.
Oh, and that's a reference from earlier, right?
Did I make a reference to Tranya earlier?
No, the little kid.
Oh, yeah, Ron Howard's brother.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because he was he was in that whole scene with feed my fish, not too much, which is my favorite part of that whole movie.
Yeah. So I will admit I love this episode for a variety of reasons. One, the big one is we get to see Kirk do what Kirk does best, and that's bluff his way through a situation. And, this is the first time we see him take that opportunity to cheat death and pat himself on the back for it. The performances I thought were really good. The guy who's having the breakdown, he's keeping a countdown. What are you, robots? We got to see a tension on the bridge. McCoy and Kirk get into it a little bit. Spock and Kirk get into it a little bit. But you also get to see some of the inner workings of what Starfleet does and what the Enterprise is really out there for. So, and I think it's highly rewatchable. Great effects. I love the Viserys flagship. Very different than anything up to that point we'd seen represented as an alien ship on television. And first time we see a non-humanoid alien in Baylock, the puppet.
And I was going to say, he's not really an alien. He's just he's a muppet.
In the expanded universe, yes, they are actually. They're the enemies of the First Federation. And the twist at the end, which nobody saw coming. So I think this episode works on a lot of levels, and I gave it an A.
Deb?
I could go A or B, either one.
Yeah, I think I like this one because of the fact that it shows Kirk's quick thinking, and ability to make shit up that saves the day. Kind of like the what was he doing with the prefix code? He bluffed Khan until he had time to get the prefix code, and yeah. So I'll go A with this one. I'll agree. Next, the Menagerie, Part 1. Where are we putting the Menagerie?
For me, Part 1 and 2 are an A. I love these episodes.
I would go B. I would go A if it was an original episode, but I'm going to go B because it's a cheat episode. and I think, in my opinion, the cage stuff was good, and the courtroom stuff was good. I think you could have got 2 real solid episodes out of it, and I think it was very clever what they did. But at the end of the day, it was still done as a money saver, and it, to me, just wasn't enough original stuff in there.
At the time, we haven't seen the cage, right?
No, the cage was never broadcast.
Right. So at the time, apparently, I guess when you say original episode, are you going off of that because you've seen the cage and you know the backstory?
Exactly.
So if this was one that you had seen fresh, would you change your rating?
Probably not, because the tone shift from the cage to the Menagerie is a little jarring when you watch it. The uniforms are different. Spock is almost completely different character. There's a lot that it's got a lot of connective tissue, but I think the differences are so jarring that the first time I saw it as a kid, it kind of took me out of this. Going, what is this? Who are these people? And that's why I would give it a B, both of them.
Right. So you're watching it, And then all of a sudden you come back from the fridge after getting a couple of Oreos and some milk, and you're like, wait, what happened to the uniforms? Who's this guy?
Why is there a printer on the bridge? You know, what? Why are there like these lamp things all over the place? So, you know, again, I think it was just jarring enough that it did take me out a few times. But again, enjoyable, better than average. And, you know, again, credit for wisely, remarkably, geniusly being able to salvage that footage and get it out there.
And turn it into 2.
And turn it into 2.
So what are we agreeing on B? What did you say, Deb?
I said A. But I can go with B. It's fine.
Conscience of the King. Remind us of that episode.
TOS the Executioner, the traveling Shakespeare company.
Oh, right. I can't remember how thinking back, I think I like this one a lot.
We also we get a lot of backstory about Kirk and the failed colony that he came from.
Right.
Kevin Riley is in it, who gets poisoned at one point. I like this episode, even though it's basically an episode about theater. But to me, I consider it better than average because of the performances. The guy who portrayed TOS the Executioner, oh my God, that's a great performance.
Right.
You know, we know from the get-go who he is and what he's doing, but we go along for the ride with him. You know, as he denies in the same breath that he's confirming that he's this person, he's denying it. And you actually start to feel sympathy for him at various parts. You know, when he starts reading that whole speech about executing everybody, he puts the paper down and he continues it from memory. And you can see the angst on his face. So he did terrible things, but he thought he was doing the right thing.
So
And
we decided he was like the Thanos character, right? Where he...
yeah. Half of you are going to live, so half of you are going to die, so the other half can live.
And where would you put it? Is this an A or a B?
I would give it a B.
Lots of B's up here.
Well, I think when I did this list, I went over it 3 times in my head. And I weighed it out and said, from a television perspective and from a Star Trek perspective, was there a big difference? And it turned out, no, not really. You know, for an average television show, I thought a good portion of them were either average or above average, better than average, like right down the middle. And you had some outliers at the low end and some outliers at the high end. But overall, a damn good season.
Yeah, for something that no one's ever seen before.
Yeah.
No pun intended, I guess.
Yep. And the ones that are either, you know, the ones that are bad or just average, these are the episodes where you can really feel that they're still getting their footing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's growing pains, not to show growing pains. That's another podcast. But yeah, as the season went on, I think they definitely got stronger. and they kind of found their niche, and they were comfortable with the techno babble. They were comfortable in their characters.
Mhm.
So yeah, by the time we get to season 3, will this list change radically? Yeah. You're going to see a lot more weaker ones than stronger ones.
And by the time we get to season 3, we'll be so old that we don't remember these anymore.
Yeah. Who's the guy in the yellow shirt?
There's some guy with pointy ears on my TV. Damn it!
Where's the guy with the hair clip on his eyes? No, Grandpa.
All right, so now we have one of the outliers at the top of the charts. Balance of Terror.
Love this episode. This is an A for me.
Not an S, not superior. Have we not hit the superior?
It's a superior. It's an A and S. Letter grade A, superior.
Deb, you shaking your head at superior?
Yeah, I think it's just an A. It's a very good episode.
Would you have what's the dealio with you and this episode? What makes it an A rather than an S?
Because my 2 S's.
You can have more than one.
Yeah,
I know, but I'm just saying. I
got 5.
might have more. I just don't know yet. But I doubt it. Maybe 3. I guess I'm just picky. I don't know.
Yeah.
You Star Wars people, man.
Yeah, you know what? This is one that I probably could watch again and enjoy it, but it's not. I'm not going to go out of my way to put it on. Is this one that you say, okay, I want to watch some original Trek? I'm going to put on Balance of Terror, Marty.
I will watch it every time it's on, but I'm a sucker for a good submarine war story. So, which this is essentially a version of. And I also love the fact that, we get introduced to the Romulans, and in this perfect utopian future, there's still a guy who's got a chip on his shoulder who basically is bringing his racial prejudices to the bridge. And Kirk's got to deal with that on top of trying to hunt down an invisible enemy. So I do like that. It's one of the few times that kind of portrayal of a human in the future was, allowed by Roddenberry.
All right, now up next is Sure Leave Me Alone.
Where did I leave that one?
This is the one with the bunny rabbit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, well, this was after which episode?
I don't remember.
I have it after Balance of Terror.
Oh yeah, could be. Now is that production order or air date order?
All right, no, we're not going there.
Okay.
But we saw this one as kind of like, okay, you guys survived and time for a break. I thought that's the way we discussed this episode when we did it. Either way, I will not put this one back on.
It's a C for me.
Agree.
C? Okay. I would have given it a D, but I'm outnumbered.
I think it's got some interesting concept, but it just doesn't come together. And oddly enough, one of the few original Star Trek episodes that got a sequel episode in the animated series.
Interesting. All right, Squire. Where's the Squire go?
Where did I put that one?
I like the Squire. I would be a high C or a low B.
I could go with that.
I gave it a B. Sorry, I couldn't find it. I gave it a B, primarily again on performances. William Campbell, I thought was great as Trelane. Again, we get the ending you don't quite come seeing, and again, another all-powerful godlike entity that Kirk is able to outfox. Classic Kirk.
Uh-oh. Going back to the future.
Yeah,
All right, so probably our first S, Arena.
Yeah, I would. Arena is in my top 5, definitely.
Uh-oh. Star Wars chick is shaking her head again.
Pretend that the one was Greedo. Would that help?
I would have gone with an A, but I'll accept an S.
Think of it as as I guess as Greedo. Han versus Greedo on Tatooine. A Taste of Armageddon.
Taste of Armageddon on my list.
Now, is that the one with the deconstruction chambers?
Yes. And the guys with the great hats. I enjoy this episode. I would probably give it an A. It's got how far ahead of its time was it? We're talking about AI fighting a war for these people, and essentially the AI directing them to give their own lives when they're instructed to. And about the futility of war, because remember we calculated during the course of the war how many billions of people died in this thing.
Yeah,
unnecessarily. And to me, that it's staggering. And we get to see our first Jackass Federation representative. So
yeah, it's kind of like a congressman that's going to
El Salvador 6, or
yeah, that's what. Yeah, he's going down. He's going down to hang out with the. So, Deb, you're in agreement? A.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. This Side of Paradise. This is the Flower Children, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Solid B for me.
Deb, you in disagreement?
I would have gone with A.
All right. Battle it out. Let's hear your arguments. Go.
All right. So for me, it's just a little too schmaltzy with the love story. I like the concept of the love story. And I thought Jill Ireland was great. But it was just a little too saccharine. And maybe the music had something to do with it. That high-pitched kind of romantic music was just drove me crazy through the episode. And it's not a theme that they used a lot in that show.
Okay, Deb, your witness.
I don't know. I liked that we got to see a different side of Spock. His, we got to see him smile, hanging from a tree, playing. I don't know. I just really liked this episode. McCoy was a bit spicy in this episode. I like that.
I'm changing.
He was drunk half the time, right?
I'm changing my vote. I'll agree with Deb. I forgot McCoy's scenes in that. So yes.
All right.
He's threatened to put a guy in the hospital. Totally forgot that was that episode.
Errand of Mercy. Where does that one go? Remind us of that episode.
Our first introduction to the Klingons with Core.
This is an S for me.
The Organians. I mean, this is one that had impact on the show up till today. So, yeah, I would agree. This is probably an S for me as well.
All righty. And then everybody's favorite, the alternative factor.
Oh, hell no.
You even have to ask us where that one goes?
Am I right?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Okay. And now another probably S tier is a City on the Edge for Forever. This is probably an easy one, right?
Yes.
Yep. No brainer.
Now, is that a high S, low S? Where would you place that along the line?
And that would be a high S for me.
Very high S, yeah.
Oh, we can move them around.
And then we have the Return of the Archons. That is the robed people, right?
Festival.
Landrew, is that Landrew?
Andrew, yes.
Okay. That's the one where Spock could control people through doors?
One of two episodes he controlled people through doors. Yeah. Yes, the Vulcan door meld, as it was known. I enjoyed this episode. I would probably put it as a B.
High B, low B, medium B?
I put it as a B minus.
Court martial.
Where did I put that one?
That was with the lawyer that didn't do anything.
Samuel T. Cogley, attorney at law. Yeah, space lawyer.
I like that one.
I do too. I'd put it somewhere between a B and a C. I would. Yeah, I liked it. Again, we get more backstory about Kirk that's never heard or referenced again, which we'll continue to get. Character rich in history that is ignored. I think, to me, what slows it down was, or what kind of bothers me about the episode is that whole bar scene where he sees a whole bunch of officers he graduated with, and they are all like treat him like crap for no real apparent reason. They've already kind of made their mind up. Like, did you guys really go to school with him? Like, now granted, we've all seen that Kirk probably skipped a lot of classes from some of the decisions he's made this season. But, to me, that felt a little fake, a little forced. And then the opposing counsel having been an ex-lover, that seemed a little convenient. She just happened to be stationed at this starbase that's out there.
That's true, yeah.
I do like it because I thought the guy who played Commodore Stone was excellent. Percy Rodriguez, who played Commodore Stone, was good. And also, I thought the whole thing with Finney's daughter was unnecessary. Like, I don't think the character added much except to be in danger at the end, and that's why Finney kind of came out and attacked Kirk. So again, I thought that was a little contrived. And minus 10 points for the Mr. Microphone heartbeat monitor. You could have done better in 1966. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we could have used what's his name's microphone? Gene Rayburn.
Gene Rayburn's, yeah. I just waiting for the shuttle to pull up and the window to roll down. Hey, good looking.
So where are we putting it?
Like I said, I would generously call it a B minus minus or C.
I go with B. I like this episode.
Fair enough.
Tomorrow is yesterday. We travel back in time from which episode did we say this could link and be a part 2? It was the very next episode of one we discussed, and remember they traveled back in time.
Which one was that? Yeah. Life of me, I can't remember now. Hold on. I gotta look at the order.
Where would we put this one?
I am not a fan of this episode for a variety of reasons. I actually have it on my bad list. It's one of my 2 bad ones. This is one I don't seek out. This is one that I don't really rewatch. There's a lot of huge plot holes. The transporter was used not only conveniently, but incorrectly. Beam people back at the exact moment that they beamed at, which didn't make any sense because you're still beaming somebody with memories of the current day to replace them at the second they left. To me, it's just kind of all over the place. I think Kirk gets captured twice. I don't even remember the episode that well. Like, I kind of blocked it out.
All right, Deb, where would you put it?
I could go C or D.
Galileo 7. It's the one where Spock says, "Stay here. You'll be okay."
It's a C for me.
Marty, did you open a window? You froze again.
Did I? No, I was trying. I went to go look up the order. Hold on.
Well, we discovered what's doing it.
So apparently that's it. Hold on.
Nope, you're back. Did you close the window now? Oh, now he's gone. Okay, Galileo 7. Where would you put this one, Deb?
It would probably be a D for me. Maybe in between C and D.
Yeah, I would give this. I mean, it's better than Charlie X. Is it better than Shore Leave?
That would be a no for me.
Okay. Mud's Women.
Ugh. I hate both of the Mud episodes, even when they did it in
Star Wars?
No. Strange New World. I still didn't like it. I don't know if it's the character. Well, I guess it is the character, but I don't know. I just don't. I don't like it.
Put that a low D. Is it better than Tomorrow's Yesterday?
No, I really hate it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Marty's back.
What are you, we're talking about Mud's Women?
Yes.
All right. Let me see where I put that one.
Oh no! Don't open a computer window.
No. This is the same window. It's when I open it's when I open a new iteration of a web browser.
No,
So,
you're frozen again. So
but you can hear me? I don't mind being frozen if you can hear me.
yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. So Mud's Women, yeah, I gave this like a C.
All right. Well, you left us, so you lost out.
Okay. So, fine.
Round 1. Finish him.
Great.
The Enemy Within.
Split Kirk. Transporter accident.
Can you open that list on your phone, maybe?
I am trying to right now.
You're frozen again. Now, is this the one where he screams? He's got a weird...
It's the one with the claw marks, and he turns around and he's got that backlit on the transporter. It's also the one with the ridiculously dressed poodle as a space.
Oh, right.
So I was torn on this one. It really is a C episode for a lot of reasons. But I think Shatner's performance is so damn good in this episode. It elevates the episode to a, in my opinion, a B minus minus. I think it's one of those few where the performance was better than the entire episode.
Mm-hmm. Deb, where would you put it?
I'd give it a B.
Poor Sulu stuck on that planet with two men and can't figure out how to get warm.
Oh my. He's just there thinking, "Oh, it's naked time." Where would we put the naked time? I probably hate this one just as much as I hate the Naked Now from Next Gen.
Well, if you're going to copy, again, just like the previous episode, it probably for me ranks higher just because of how damn good the performances are. Especially Nimoy's performance in this was fantastic. When he oscillates between crying and laughing, and Kirk is like slapping the shit out of him to snap out of it, and then Kirk realizes he's losing control, and I also like that we get the tension at the end of them spiraling out of orbit into a planet. Oh, and this was the one I think that connects because they do go back in time. At the very end of the episode, they overshoot by a couple of days, and we were theorizing they could have just...
Right, okay. That's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the first time we saw the shower curtain spacesuits, right?
Yeah, and thank you for reminding me that it goes to a C. I'm sorry, I can't forget the shower. I cannot forget.
Okay. Deb, you in agreement? C?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
I'm going to really argue for a B on this one, but then you reminded me of the shower curtain.
And then going down with gloves and then taking the gloves off to pick up the specimens.
Trained scientists. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We have a comment.
Oh, great.
What are you, Clark? What are you referring to? Like what episode?
The naked time. I always want to say now. Damn it.
I have it as episode 5.
Yeah, it's an early episode, Deb. I think you're right. I would look it up, but my camera would freeze.
Yes, you're not allowed to click anywhere.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Space Seed. I guess we know where this is going, right?
Yeah.
This is a D.
No.
No.
This is Superior.
Yeah, I got to go Superior on that one. We reviewed them in order, Clark. We are now finishing season 1, and we're giving a ranking of our reviews.
All right. And last but not least, the one that started it all that nobody ever saw. Until, what was that,
1989?
80 something, right? Was that came out during Next Gen? When was Next Gen on?
Sorry.
Are we sure it was that late? Because, gosh, I remember watching that.
It might have been
before the
86. It might have been 86. Because they didn't, for the longest time, they didn't have a complete copy in color. And then they found the elements and kind of strung it together. So I want to say maybe 85 or 86.
So where would we put this one? The one that started it all and was chopped up into 2 episodes.
I actually think it's better than the Menagerie. Because in the Menagerie, there are scenes that are cut out to, not big scenes, but small scenes that I think add to it. I'm torn between a B+ and an A- on that one.
I give it an A.
Low A. All right. Now, that's it. 28 episodes. I know we said we didn't do numbers, but 28.
Why do I have 30. Why do I have 30?
Is there 30 episodes?
Yeah.
I'm going to my phone.
I'm just going by the official sequence for the Star Trek original series. I mean, I printed it out. See, you need to start printing it out, Marty.
I usually do.
I saved my list as a Word doc and forgot to print it out.
I actually, if I remember correctly, The only reason I found the duplicate is I went episode by episode, and I don't remember anything else jumping out. But let's be on the safe side. I'm on the IMDb right now. So they are showing. Hold on. So they're including the cage as episode 1, right? Which we're doing.
That's what I have.
Man Trap, Charlie X, Where No Man Has Gone Before, The Naked Time, Enemy Within, Mud's Women, What a Little Girl's Made Of, Miri, Dagger of the Mind, Corbomite Maneuver, Menagerie 1 and 2, Conscious of the King, Balance of Terror, Shore Leave, Galileo 7, Squire of Gothos, Arena, Tomorrow is Yesterday, Court Martial, Return of the Archons, Space Seed, Taste of Armageddon, This Side of Paradise. Oh, we are missing one. And I can't believe
the Devil in the Dark.
Devil in the Dark. Which,
the rock monster. Okay.
Which I would put as an superior or an A.
Good Lord, we suck at this. Well, that would be me.
Yeah, you were in charge of this.
Just blame the guy on the top of the screen.
To be fair, it's our first retrospective show. So.
Yeah.
And we're old. Memory's not the same.
This is why we didn't get that Oscar gig. Wait, how many of these? Wait, 4? 5? So, yeah, there it is.
All right. I will save this.
Well, you'll have to add Devil in the Dark in there.
Ah, darn it. I'll just handwrite it in.
Title, Missing Devil in the Dark.
Yeah. Add a description. 3 idiots rank Star Trek. All right. Well, that's it. We have completed 1 season.
1 season. And coming up, season 2 starts off with a bang. Amok Time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Superior. I'm going to start marking all of my things as we go along.
That's not a bad idea.
In fact, I'm going to do it right now, even though I haven't watched it, but I know it's good.
She's marking it as.
I did.
Well, in honor of our first season complete and our tier list, I have, of course, a new track off the Federation Friday album.
Double album.
It's called a double album. Okay.
It's got to be double album.
It's called You Be Tearin'. We want to thank everybody for joining us over this long journey.
Clark, we usually do this Friday night. So next Friday at 8 o'clock Eastern time.
Put your faces up, cause it's time to go from where no man went to the Corbomite show. The cage lit the stage, Spock was strange, but by Charlie X, things started to change. Firing it up from gold to flop. If it ain't top tier, it's gonna drop. It's a Starfleet way, we never miss. Boldly going with our tier list.
All right, we will see you all next time. Thanks for watching. Deb, what do you got coming up this week? I think you guys doing Andor?
Oh, yes. Well, Monday we'll be doing the season finale of Daredevil, which was crazy. And then Thursday, we'll be doing the 3-episode review of Andor, first 3 episodes.
It's like a 10-hour stream you guys are doing, I heard.
I can't stay up that late. I have to for Andor because I'll be up till midnight watching 3 one-hour episodes.
We're gonna need you to tier those and just double check that one of the three is missing. To be fair, it's a lot of episodes. Give us a break. I'll tell you, these songs are better than anything Todd Pettengill ever put out.
You better be careful when you say that, because I heard he's not a nice feller. So,
Rumor has it. Unsubstantiated rumors, but still rumors.
right. All right, guys, we will see you next time. Excuse me. I'm babysitting next Friday, so we'll see you in 2 weeks with season 2 kickoff of Federation Friday. Hopefully, we'll have a new intro. We will. I don't know if he's ever coming back, but Bill is somewhere out in the world.
Yeah, he's always filming something.
Yeah, Bill, come on, dude, let's go. Get your priorities right. He's pushing his new book. He's got a new book that just came out about his life. And I might do one too. And I have a blank piece of paper here that I can write everything that's happened to me. And we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. This is the Geek and I Federation Friday. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Live long and prosper, and happy Easter to those of you who celebrate.
Yes. Happy Easter. May the Easter Bunny bring you chocolate eggs. I don't know how that got started, but I
just
enjoy
want
it very. I just you just want ham.
Yes.
Okay. All right. We'll ham it out, and we'll see you next time. Good night, everybody.